and welcome to episode 42 of the Family Based Pod. My name is Jake. He's Dallas.
Sick. And I'm Ben. Yeah.
And as you can tell, I'm having video issues. Dallas apparently is having audio issues. And Ben, you look great.
I'm in North Dakota, baby. We're killing. We're thriving. We're chilling up here doing big shit. You know what I mean? You feel me? Yeah.
Well, you're on Mount Rushmore, so we're looking good. I'm amongst those.
Me and 80 links. Me and 80 links.
Yeah, let's not talk about the other ones, but yeah. So, all right. So episode 42 of the podcast is going to be similar to last week in that we're going to talk about some baseball stuff, and then you know what? We're gonna talk about some other stuff. And Ben says he has some more trivia, so Dallas and I will be able to prove who is dumber. So last time it was the tie. So let's see who wins this time. All right. So why don't we start off? I'll start off if you guys don't mind, even though you can't see me. Let's just start off. So both Albert Pujols and Aaron Judge are 2 home runs away from history. Aaron Judge has 59 home runs, 2 away from 61, and Albert Pujols is 2 away from 700. And I think they have about 17 games as of Monday left in the season. So we talked about earlier episodes, which is a bigger deal. But which one do you guys want to see more? Which one is more exciting to watch? Ben, Dallas, I'm pretty sure we have an idea of what you're going to say. Ben, what do you think? Which one is more exciting to watch? Judge or Pujols?
So, unlike Dallas, I don't look at the steroid era in like such a negative light as he does. So for me, Aaron Judge hitting 61 home runs is still well short of what Barry Bonds hit. So you know that doesn't mean as much to me. I think Pujols hitting such a fat round number of 700. That's obviously more historical, more meaningful. We can look back at this year when Judge's career is over and say like, wow, he really, he might win the Triple Crown this year. So what he's doing is insane and it's fantastic, but I don't think anyone will look back and be like, oh, that's the real home run king of whatever because he hit 61 in 2022. I think people would still look at Bonds, and then you've got McGuire and Sosa and everybody else who else went over 60. So I mean, it just kind of depends on your personal take of it. But I mean, I like the idea of celebrating Pujols' 700 home runs in the more historical, grandiose side of it than a single season.
So Dallas, I'm pretty sure you're going to see Pujols, but let me just ask from what Ben just said, do you still believe that there should be an asterisk next to Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire, Sosa, or do you think those guys do have that record? Because you did make that statement that there should be an asterisk. Do you still believe that?
Yeah, no, I still do. I think they do. So they hold the record because I don't know. Like they should create a separate record if they want to keep them. Same thing. Like if they're not going to get into the Hall, then why are they holding records that other people that didn't cheat? That is an astronomical number that, like, rightfully so, like, is time. So the fact that the Judge is actually like encroaching what the record was prior to amazing feat that he's pretty much robbed of now because several steroids and smash records. I mean, good on them. Like they did it. They hit the home runs. Like still hitting a ball like out of the park is one of the hardest things to do in Major League Baseball or in all sports. But so like the fact that they have it, they have it. But I just don't think it's fair. It's not fair to Aaron Judge that he won't be home run king if he gets 62. Like, dude, like you just can't hit 80 home runs in a year. that is a home run every other. It's ridiculous, and it shouldn't be the record, honestly. Great for Aaron Judge, but it's also sad for Aaron Judge because he should, if he hits it, like it should be his, and the fact that it's not is saddening. Amazing, good for him. Hope he'll remember it forever. Most baseball fans, but unfortunately, it's not the most memorable because it's not the record right now. So it sucks to suck, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Except it sucks to be really great and hit 62 home runs.
And and that's what sucks. Like, it sucks. He won't be regarded as the home run king. In my opinion, he has the right to be called the home run king. So, like, it just sucks, man. It's just like in bench warmers, like when I am 12 comes to the plate, like, bro, like, yeah, get the hell out of here.
All I'm saying is Gus Bus still won. Okay. The Gus Bus still won because of the weird guy. Come on, weird guy. And then he gets hit.
I think it's just a bummer. I think Aaron Judge should be getting crowned this. And the fact that he's not is just it's a disservice to all of baseball.
So again, back to the original question. I'm assuming you think Pujols is more exciting right now.
Yes, but Judge isn't going to get the record. If it were for the record, for me to say which one's more exciting, because nobody's really paying any. But 700 is, it's an amazing benchmark. Barely anybody will ever get in their career. So the fact that Pujols is getting it is good for both of them. But I think the 700 right now, because the record is Judge, I think the 700 is a much more important milestone and exciting thing to see.
My point, I forget who I was talking to, but I think we're all going to side with Pujols on this, and this is really the main thing. Maybe it was even last week when we recorded. I'm just rooting for Pujols because he's a good dude. Like, I'm not saying Aaron Judge is bad by any means, but Pujols,
get him, Yankees fans.
As long, if Yankees fans want to come at me, apparently you can't see me today, so whatever.
He's John Cena in this bitch. You can't see him.
You could just see my face with the mask.
What the hell was that?
He's dabbing.
The most awkward dab.
All right, so again, Pujols, good dude, and we've known he's a good dude for over 20 years, and that's something to praise. So again, I think all of us are picking Pujols, but Dallas, what is your non-sports topic for this week? No idea. He has no idea.
Yeah, I'm switching over to Geico for my car insurance.
That is not a topic.
I think that's something worth struggling with a budget. Call up Geico, 15 minutes or less, save you 15%
or more. Do you guys remember those old? I think we talked about it before, but the old 1-800-COLLECT like fucking payphones.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I go down I'll go down like a rabbit hole of watching like those old commercials, or I'll see on TikTok. I follow these funny TikTok things, like accounts where it's like old commercials or old products from the 90s or early 2000s that you forgot about. And it takes about half of a second for like the song to start playing or the commercial to start for my brain to like, and I know every single thing about, you know what I mean? Like the product and all that other, it's crazy how that shit is just like locked, sticks with there in your brain. Yeah.
I used to use the 1-800-CALLATT and just leave little, like when it would say, state your name, I would say, hey, it's Dallas, I need a ride. And then mom would
And then she wouldn't accept the charges. Yeah, she wouldn't accept the charges.
That's
So
right.
that's smart. Yeah, I mean, that was the good old days, man. I mean, when... Oh, and then
With
having the
payphones?
T9 text, and then Dal, I think you
Oh,
still T9 text, right? Like a weirdo.
I wish I would. I love T9.
No, you don't T9 text. What's the thing that you do? You don't T9. You do the.
Oh, I swipe.
Yes, like some fool, like some absolute fool.
No, Dallas just doesn't text back. That's what he does.
That's also true. I'm really good at that. It's true.
All right, but I don't know. But seriously, who learned to T9 text in class in their pocket? I would.
You
I
had
would,
to.
I would T9 text in my pocket, knowing the combinations. That was a good, and that was high school. Man, I feel
now
real
it's just
right now.
Good luck trying to stop kids from texting in class. I don't even know if it's possible.
Yeah, dude, I wonder if teachers just let them have their phone.
How do math classes work? You know,
I don't
remember when they were like, "Oh, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket 24/7." Like, duh. Guess what, guy?
Well,
not only do I have a calculator, but I have more knowledge in one Google search than all of mankind had before, like 1900 combined.
I'm assuming they just don't allow phones out during tests. I'm pretty sure that would stop that.
It would not stop me from trying. I can tell you.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that.
I would not have succeeded, but I would have tried.
Man, I sincerely, it became hard for me. So I found, yes, that's hard. But for me, it was really hard because I eventually, and I still love the sidekick.
You were the sidekick king. You were the king of the sidekick. You're the only person I ever knew that had it.
And it was amazing. And it was the first keyboard. It was the you couldn't text in class because you had the keyboard. So
you couldn't text in class because you sounded like a goddamn Power Ranger trying to load up with that thing sliding and clicking into place.
Dude, I don't care. That was cool.
Yeah, or the Motorola chirps that chirp to talk. The boop boop.
All right.
It's like a walkie-talkie. It's like an asshole out in public walkie-talkie. Everybody.
Why was that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know. I remember
conversation.
one of my very first cell phones. So you guys remember the very first cell phone I ever had, but the very first like smartphone I guess I ever had was a BlackBerry, and Dave had a BlackBerry at the time. Yeah, BlackBerry Pearl is what it was called. It was like that big. It had the little dot, the roll ball. Dude, it sucked. Who thought that technology was smart? All it took was a little bit of finger grease, a little bit of something to like get in that thing, and then you were donezo. And then that shit wasn't moving. It wasn't rolling anywhere. It wasn't rolling anymore. It's like roll back.
Well, Ben's already talking about finger grease, so
finger grease.
That's hot.
I feel like that's a good transition. Ben talking about finger grease. All right, so Ben, what's your baseball topic this week?
So my baseball topic. It's just it's an appreciation topic. That's all. Easy. Framber Valdez, pitcher for the Astros. He's set the single season record with 25 straight quality starts, which, if anything, is just literal consistency, right? I mean, the Astros are one of the best teams in the American League, if not the best team in the American League. So having a starter like that to complement Verlander and McCullers, and you have a guy who's a lefty and he's absolutely lights out right now, giving you start after start of dominant, consistent, good baseball. You know, that's going to help go a long way in the playoffs for them. Having him as their number 2 or their number 3, whatever, you know, however they decide to shake out the rest of their rotation. But he's just had a really awesome season in the way that he's only in his 5th year, so he's got a lot of growing still to do as a pitcher. Verlander is getting older. Obviously, it doesn't look like it this year, but he is like nearing 40, so eventually he will have to retire and kind of wind down. And then, why not have a guy who's already ace level stuff, as your
Right.
3
Keep 'em
that
on
you
board.
guys you can just slide people up and do whatever you got to do. But so it was just that was it. He set the record for 25 straight quality starts, which I think was incredible. And I just wanted to give a shout out because we don't talk much about the Astros here. There you go.
They're good. They're very
They are
good.
good.
Dude,
Yeah.
speaking of Verlander, how many you see in the tank? Because he's elder. He is like a baseball elder now. How many more do you guys think he has that he could go?
I think he has 2 more after this year. 2 more good years. I think if he wants to, 2 more. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, so I'd assume he's going to sign for 2 more years and then retire. But I could be wrong, but we'll see. But Ben, I do have a question. So, I mean, maybe I'm just dancing this area, but what qualifies as a quality start? Like, what are the numbers you
curious.
have to have?
Yeah, so I want to get the exact numbers right, but I think it's something like you have to go at least 5 innings, and there has to be a certain number. Like you can't give up a certain number of walks or hits. Let me look it up so I can give the exact definition.
Yeah, and
People
to
wrong
be fair,
information.
for people who may not follow baseball, quality starts is something that's kind of a recent stat. I mean, baseball's all about stupid stats. But I feel like that's a good measure from what I've heard. Is
Yeah,
that's a good measure. So what are the numbers?
yeah. So a quality start, which has basically replaced complete games, since it happens so rarely. Since complete games happen so rarely, quality start has pretty much replaced that measure for baseball. And the definition of quality starts is at least 6 innings, giving up no more than 3 runs. So if you figure that
Yeah.
keeps your ERA at 3, and you're going at least 6 innings, you know what I mean? Like that's just solid, consistent. That's all you can ask for as a starter, right? Or ask for out of your starters. Like go out there, give me at least 5-6 innings, give the offense a chance, be within striking distance. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's done that so consistently this year is it's really been special.
All right. What? So I'm just asking, but what was the streak that Jacob Degrom just reached? He had like 40 consecutive starts with under 3 earned runs in the game, like when he starts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not quality starts, but it's something. But when I was looking at that, so I'm kind of going away from your topic, so forgive me. The Jacob Degrom stat, I hate for this one reason. The Cubs just faced Degrom, and they got like 2 earned runs off him in like 4 innings of work, and he still has that streak. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's not very good. I know it's so, but yeah, um, is his name Farmer or Framer Valdez? I always forget.
I always thought it was Fromber.
Yeah,
Fromber?
yes,
I don't know.
yeah, exactly. I had no idea. So
Just call him Mr. Valdez. So
I mean,
Jake, it was
I know.
Degrom's was 39 consecutive starts, allowing 3 or fewer runs. So not
Yeah,
taking into account innings pitch, but just 39
yeah. I mean,
straight starts, allowing 3 or fewer runs. It's still pretty good.
but hold on. So he could pitch 1 inning. He could pitch 1/3 of an inning, but let up 2 runs, and then you pull him, and that streak is still going. That is not a very good stat. I don't. I'm sorry, Mets fans. That Degrom stat is garbage.
Yeah,
That
baseball's great at that. Baseball's amazing at cherry picking stats and coming up with shit that's like, oh, this guy, he's the best pitcher since Joe
yeah.
Garbage Foot McGee in 1911, who who's pitched 7 consecutive starts on a Wednesday and won them all. You know what I mean? Like baseball's wild like that.
7 starts on Wednesday night
Yeah,
when facing NL batters. It's like, all right,
and
stop
it's like
this.
68 degrees or less.
Yeah, it's the amount of that garbage that happens is a bit nuts. But anyway, so that Valdez number is actually good. Um, yeah. So, all right. So, uh, Dallas, do you? Well, here I'll go on this because I think before were recording, we were referencing Wedding Crashers from last episode. We talked about what was the funniest movie we've seen, and we all kind of came to a decision on Dodgeball, and kind of came to that like maybe just decision that that is a funny movie, maybe not the funniest movie to everyone, but Dallas, we got this question from our uncle who texted us, Uncle Mike, if you're listening. He said, "Do you think
Shout out.
comedies are generational, meaning Anchorman and Dodgeball and Wedding Crashers and stuff? You find those funny during your formative years, and that's what you kind of hold on to. But you have movies like Ben mentioned, Blazing Saddles, and all these older like airplane and stuff like that. It's kind of a more serious question, but um, why don't if you have do you have an answer to Uncle Mike's question? Is comedy like generational, like, or is it like some that other generations can enjoy just as much?
I that I'd say some pieces are, yes. It's kind of like relate this to artists, like musical artists. Like there are some artists that are transgenerational, and there are some that just aren't. Doesn't mean that you can't appreciate like the ones that aren't for what they are and were. Don't think that there are some things like some artists appreciated by folks that are like young today as they are appreciated when they were younger. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they appreciate it differently.
Right. And I would say like one of the artists I was actually just talking to a couple weeks ago. I think that Elton John is one of the like transgenerational artists. People will like I think people that were born in the 90s appreciate as people that were born in the 50s. And some group, or like some people, not for me, not my cup of joe, but some people that were born around my time, like, and they were not remotely part of our music. So, and I think it's the same case for some movies. Like there will be some folks that, some of the older comedies, but I think that there's more of just like an appreciation for what they were, and I don't think that it'll be as funny, but also like your genre of comedy, because there's like even subsects of comedy, like there's slapstick and yada yada. So I think it's a little bit. Some movies will be transgenerational, most won't be, but yeah, I think like some people like just you kind of like what you were born into, and like you were developing, like you kind of find your rut. Maybe I'm not sure. I think that's my though for now.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys, Ben was the one who actually mentioned older movies that honestly I've not seen. Ben, you said what were the two answers you gave at first last week? It was Blazing Saddles and something else. Do you remember that?
Was it another Mel Brooks movie? Probably. Young
Probably.
Frankenstein, Spaceballs. Yeah, I mean, I think those movies are generational, to Dallas's point, and to your uncle's point. But I also think it just depends on when you were exposed to it and by who. Like my dad was a fan of those types of movies, those comedies. Those are the movies he grew up with. And so naturally, when you're a father, I assume you want to share those experiences with your children. You kind of you want them to watch the same movies you watch. You want to see them kind of experience the same kind of things that you did, and you kind of hope that they like it, right? That they don't just say, "Oh, this is boring," and then they walk out of the room, which I'm sure will happen eventually. But
Yes.
so yeah, so my dad loved those kinds of movies, and so naturally I was drawn to those kinds of movies as well. But those kind of older comedies are kind of special in that sense, and like they don't really make them like that anymore. And you can say that about a lot of movies as we've gone on in time. Like they don't make a movie like The Hangover anymore. I think comedies are specific because comedy, you have a good idea, and then for about 2 or 3 years after it, everybody makes a comedy about that same idea, and then
Yeah, true.
eventually it goes away, and then eventually it'll get recycled because that's just the nature of the beast, right? Like you had Road Trip, and then you had Euro Trip, and then you had everybody else tripping balls. You had like any of those kinds of movies that were all came out in those early 2000s, like the Van Wilder college type movies and all of that. Like those, if you were to watch those now, I don't know if they would be as funny. You would appreciate different jokes more as an adult that you might have missed when you were younger, different stuff like that.
Right.
But there are some movies that you will grow out of. I think that you'll just look back now and say like, oh, that's really juvenile. It's not funny. Like there are some movies that even now you're kind of like, man, that's not the best. I remember in The Hangover when Bradley Cooper pulls up to Ed Helms' house at the very beginning of the movie, and he's calling him from the outside of the house, and he's saying paging Doctor, super hard slur for a gay person, the F word for a gay person, and it's like it hits the ears so sharp, it's so ugly, but at the time that movie was hysterical and everybody loved it, and you know what I mean, like, and that joke couldn't be made now, and so that kind of stuff changes, and it progresses through times and different lenses and filters. So I think your uncle's exactly right. I think it is just, unless you're exposed to it and you get a chance to see something at a younger age that you might not have. Earlier, comedy is based just when it hits you at a certain point in your life. So your early teenage years through your early 20s are pretty much the comedies that you're going to end up liking, I think, for the rest of your life.
All right, so kind of. Well, go ahead, Dal.
Time specific then, because I mean, it's kind of like you were saying though. It's like 90s comedies are distinctively 90s comedies. It's a certain brand in itself, and then you have your 2000s and like even comedies 20 years ago. So I guess it's just like, I don't know. But then like when it comes to like Godfather, they're still reviewed as, well, The Godfather 1 and 2 are revered as two of the best movies ever made. Oh, now almost 50 years ago. So like, I more fluid and subjective. I mean, it's obviously subjective, but it's also time specific, time stamped. Maybe just comedy is just constantly evolving.
So kind of, I don't know. I have two just. I'm genuinely curious about this, and one is more of a. Well, they're both. I want to get your opinion on this. Like your favorites. So we talked about comedy movies last week. What is your favorite comedy like series, TV show, that you would recommend to watch? I'll start off by saying the easy answer is The Office for me. For most people, I just started watching The Good Place. I just finished season 1 of The Good Place, and there are some other good ones, but this one I genuinely hardcore like laugh out loud, and one time it's woken up my daughter from sleeping. So that's how loud it was. So, but what would you guys say? What's a TV show, a comedy TV show that you love? Like one or two?
I love so something that I can always put on that makes me laugh is the Impractical Jokers. Fucking love that show. I would never be able to do it because I don't have enough I don't know, confidence, I guess. Like I'd be so crippled by the fear and the anxiety of like just talking to regular people in public, let alone, pulling pranks on them or doing something outrageous. But I think because I would be so unable to do that, I think I'm drawn to it. I think I like it. So that one always makes me laugh. And then if I was going to do like a situated, like a sitcom or something, Seinfeld for me is like a classic, iconic comedic TV show. You can always put that on. And then if you're going for like an animated route, Bob's Burgers, I love. I've talked about it a million times, but American Dad's probably the one cartoon I've seen more than anything else, any other show. So I would say Bob's Burgers. No, I'm sorry. I would say American Dad for a comedic cartoon, and then Psych is great. I don't know. I got a bunch. I like a lot of different shows.
Okay, that's what do you think?
I really like New Girl
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
Seth MacFarlane. Like I also really enjoy American Dad, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably watch Family Guy over American Dad.
That's just wrong.
Ben's smarter than me, so he doesn't need the cutaways. But I'm a
The cutaways are too much, man. The cutaways, like Family Guy at this point, is just cutaways. That's all it is. It's like it's become too far. It's become too much.
Cutaway inside a cutaway. Inception.
Dude, that's too much. Inception cutaway. I don't know. I really like American Dad. It's not because it's smarter. If you've seen any of the newer episodes, this show's absolutely wild. But the beginning of Family Guy is rough. Like, so before they lean fully into Peter being like actually dumb, like an actual like person that's got mental issues. Yeah. Before they fully leaned into it, he was just kind of like an idiot, like a Homer Simpson. And then I think they probably heard enough of like, hey, this is basically just modern Simpsons, and they were like, all right, we're just going to lean fully in and make the show even more real, more ridiculous. Because then they started, tag teaming Stewie and Brian together. They put that combination together, and that became like a whole thing in and of itself. I mean, the show is great, obviously, but I like American Dad more. It's a little more, I say realistic, as they have like an alien as one of the main characters and a talking goldfish. But it's more realistic that way. I feel like that could happen.
I talked to my
fish.
Klaus.
Right.
Klaus.
I mean, anyways, I've not seen one full episode of Family Guy, and that again, it's like Game of Thrones. I'm okay being that one guy. That's all.
That's all.
I'm okay.
That's crazy to me. Like how even on accident you haven't just sat and watched an episode.
Right.
No. I mean, to be fair.
Bitch, you got jacked, bitch.
Well, I've seen segments of it and I've seen clips, but man, I just so again, to be fair, I do think I just sometimes don't watch things if they're a bit further on to be the contrarian. That's all. So I'm sure that's part of it, but Dallas, you have the floor. What is your baseball topic this week?
Sweet baby, Albert Pujols. It's the countdown. Let's go. Got it. I mean, there's nothing to watch like in the NL Central other than the Cardinals are just being the Cardinals and being great, and Cubs are being looking like shit per the 100 years.
I think Ben has kidnapped someone.
There's someone. You hear that, right?
Yes.
You guys hear that?
What is
There's
that,
some
Rob?
woman. There's some woman down. Hester's saying there's some crazy woman down the street screaming at the top of her lungs. So you guys can hear that. She's literally
wait.
down on a block away.
Don't call Viv crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, not cool.
But she is.
Yeah.
But this woman, this woman is having a rough go at it. I hope she's all right.
Yeah, who's she's okay. All right, so Dallas, you were saying like, there's not much to watch.
Hold on. Can Allie hear you right now?
Can Allie hear me? No.
Yes.
No, remember he said
I was going to say we might have our biggest in-person crowd to date. Hestu listening. We've got Kendra listening. We have the best live stream we've had to. Just a quick segue.
Brutus is sitting over there too.
And Brutus.
Well,
we gotta count Bruty.
To be fair to Allie, I actually asked her to not come in. No, I've asked her to not come in so she can actually spend some alone time. That's really it.
Fair enough.
I mean, she's got me to deal with a lot of the day, so she can take an hour off.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But so Dallas, I would argue that there is something to watch. It's just not what Midwestern fans want to watch.
And
that's.
Oh yeah. What?
I was just going to say the 3 spots in the AL wildcard are all split between like a game. So like it's the Blue Jays, the Rays, and the Mariners. And well, hold on, Dell. The Mariners lost 3 or 4 to the Angels. So let's not get too tied up. But either way, that's exciting baseball. But no one in the Midwest is gonna watch the Blue Jays or the Rays.
Dude, I don't want to be shackled by the by the restraints of the employee relationship. Unless you're into that sort of thing, then I got some shackles in the bed. Jake, you said something that just reminded me of that. I don't know what it was. I derailed the conversation. Obviously, Dallas is having a conversation over there. So I will say this. Anytime you lose 3 or 4 to the Angels, not great news. Angels aren't a good team.
No.
You want to be playing your best baseball as you approach the postseason. Obviously, I'm not speaking crazy unheard of facts here. So the fact that they're not playing great baseball isn't ideal, but they do have, like you said, about 2 weeks left. Solid games, 15, 16, 17 games left.
Yeah.
So they have a chance to turn it back around. If they go 10-5, 11-4 down the stretch, and they really come on strong, I think, they have a chance. The AL wildcard is probably the most exciting race right now. As you said, I guess if you're a non-baseball fan, you probably don't give a shit anyways. But even for us, like getting the Blue Jays down the stretch, who we all had pretty high in our American East.
I have them winning the World Series this year.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So we all have at least some sort of bragging rights stake in the Blue Jays. I think Dan went with the Yankees, but the rest of us have at least a bragging rights stake in the Blue Jays being good. Yeah. So I would pick the Blue Jays and the Mariners to make those last 2 wild card spots. I think that would make for fun baseball. To have Seattle back in the playoffs, get Julio Rodriguez a chance to showcase himself on the playoff stage. And then getting those Blue Jays young talent, all their incredible pieces, getting them an opportunity at primetime games and an opportunity to play in postseason games would be best, I think, for baseball. So I think that's, I think that's ideally what baseball would want, and I think that's what I want.
Yeah. Speaking of showing off, Dust, when you walked away, I saw some shorts going on.
Oh, no. Normal shorts. They just got hiked up and get excited. I see you guys.
They are not normal shorts.
They are not. Dallas, you were not wearing regular. No, that's not.
Those are not normal shorts.
Who wears that?
Dude, your balls are hanging out the bottom. You're gonna get us banned. You're gonna get us banned off YouTube.
Normal shorts.
Normal to who, bro?
You guys be wearing capris out there, calling them shorts. These are shorts.
Dude, do you remember when? Oh gosh, I was telling Hesse this not that long ago. When I would, and I know we all did it at different points of our lives. We would wear basketball shorts under our blue jeans, just in case like a game broke out and you had to be fucking prepared. And then you think about how ass we all were at basketball, and it didn't matter what we were wearing. We could have been fucking wearing the Like Mike sneakers from Bow Wow sneakers from Like Mike, and we still would have sucked. It didn't matter. But we had to come ready with the shorts underneath the jeans.
I thought it was just like fashionable to wear it.
I was using it for practicality reasons. I did not think it looked good. It was hot.
I'm sorry.
Shit. Wait,
we got so
many extra layers for no reason. Swamp ass, yeah. So many extra layers for no reason.
That is a lot of layers,
right?
And those shorts weren't small.
And then the jeans had to be even bigger. It had to be even bigger.
I remember wearing like undershirts under just a regular T-shirt for no reason.
I still do that.
Ben,
you wore polos
sometimes, yeah. I really do. White T-shirts. I'll wear a white T-shirt under another T-shirt sometimes. No, I really do.
Stop.
I really do. They don't believe me.
Wait, so you wear
no under other shirts?
Ben, I believe you. Just stop it.
Oh, you're telling me to stop doing it?
Yeah.
Hold up. So, is the outside T-shirt a V-neck or something?
No. So I'll wear like a V-neck white T-shirt, and then let's say if I wanted to wear this shirt, it's just like an extra layer of comfort clothing.
So you wear a V-neck underneath a regular T-shirt?
Yeah. I don't wear like a regular T-shirt and then a V-neck, so you see like fucking another shirt underneath. Like, no, that's weird. No,
good. We got
no,
sociopath.
No, what's weirder underneath anything else, bro? That's what's weird, bro.
How?
Unless it's a button up, it doesn't make sense. Is it a hoodie or a button up? Then you could wear an undershirt. Otherwise, you're wasting time and Haynes's time.
Why do you think they make the shirts, guy? What do you think they're there
to wear the shirt?
Under hoodies and button ups, bro. Under hoodies and button ups. Why would you?
All right. What if you're wearing like a light colored T-shirt, like a gray or a blue T-shirt out in the sun? You're gonna be petting up. You're a sweaty bitch. You sweat. The white T-shirt acts as a sweat absorber, acts as another layer.
Bro,
stop it.
Because you got 2 layers on. So if I'm worried about it, I'm wearing black.
No, because I'll just take my fat ass inside with this air conditioning.
That's just too much, man. You might as well wear a hoodie. You're gonna be a hoodie guy. Degrees outside. I like
wearing hoodies, but only in the fall. I'm not crazy. I'm not wearing hoodies in the summer. I was telling you it's 74 degrees in my house, and I was complaining that it was too warm.
And I need you to answer this with Hess in the room. You guys date night, and then you come back, and you're gonna have a little, adult time. You have to listen. Who's it gonna be? 98 degrees. 3-4 boys. Go. You have to listen to the CDs.
I mean, I don't listen. It would be Backstreet Boys because I know more of their music. So
the only
thing I know about 98 Degrees is when you guys first got that CD, we lived across the street, and the beginning of the CD sounded like somebody was changing a radio dial. So you assholes would stand there and like change the fucking radio station as if the CD was changing the radio station. It was hilarious. Jesus, that just popped into my head just now. Oh man, I haven't thought about that in 25 years.
Back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Oh, holy God.
Maybe I will listen to 98 Degrees and then just pretend I'm changing the radio dials. CD starts.
Yeah, that's just gonna be like, "What's wrong with the radio?" And be like,
"I got it. This is Fidel's Jake."
All right, Ben. Why don't you close this out with some trivia?
All right. Well, so my I got the trivia out here. Are you ready? These are 10 questions. We'll go quick because we're already almost at an hour. Are you ready?
Yep.
So we're going to keep track. This is how I figured we could do it. Dallas, are you guys tied, right? Last week? So you tied last week?
Wait. But we answered a lot of questions before the show, right? So add that.
I don't remember what it was in episode 5 back.
No.
So these 10, whoever gets the most right is just going to win this episode, and we'll do the winner of 10 episodes has to do a punishment or something silly. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Question number 1. Being a small business owner in ancient Egypt wasn't easy. Any baker caught cheating customers, that got caught cheating customers, easy for me to say. What happened to them? A, their business was burned down. B, they were hung in the center of town. C, they were sodomized with a baguette. Or D, they had their ears nailed to the shop's front door.
I mean, they're all terrible.
The ears, hilarious though. All of it.
Dallas says what?
Funny. The ears on the sign.
The ears on the sign. Jake, what's your answer?
What was B?
Hung in the center of town.
Okay. I'll see. They burned down their business.
The answer is D. Ears nailed to the doors.
Oh, shut up.
It reminds me of. Do you guys remember Universal Soldier? Did you ever see that movie? Dolph Lundgren's in it. It's a 90s action movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren.
No.
Dolph Lundgren wears a necklace of dudes' earlobes, or like their ears in the movie.
Okay.
He's like such a hardo. He's just chopping people's ears off. I'm like,
Question.
I got an idea, pal. Why don't you just fucking relax, all right? And just maybe don't wear an ear necklace.
Move the question 2, bro.
All right. Chances of being killed by a tornado are 1 in 5 million. Your odds increase to 50 in 5 million if you live in Alabama, try to drive away from the storm, live in a mobile home, or chase storms for a living.
Chase storms.
Option 2?
Drive away from the storm.
It doesn't matter what option 2 is.
Oh my gosh.
But I already said it.
Damn.
So you can't say that because I already got it out before you put me out. Sorry. you just sounded rude. What's your answer? Cool. All right. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, it's A. What? Alabama.
Oh, it is not. It does not live in Alabama. No, the answer is C. Live in a mobile home.
Oh.
No, it's living in a mobile home for some reason.
They're classless. That's why.
Damn tornadoes. We need to cancel tornadoes for being classless.
Amen.
Don't let
classless.
Don't let them fly. Yeah.
And classless. All right. Public safety announcement. There's a 1 in 3,000 chance your house could burn down to the ground. In order to stay safe, avoid the number 1 reason your house catches fire. A.
Living in Chicago.
That's not bad. A. Portable heaters. B. Overheated pots and pans. C. Smoking. Or D. Candles.
A. Candles, though. Portable heaters. Final answer.
Dallas says portable heaters. Jake?
All sound like...
Yeah, that too.
Jake says portable heaters. The answer is overheated pots and pans. Apparently leaving shit on your stove too long. I just burnt cookies literally 2 days ago. Burnt the shit out.
Did you burn
shit out?
Burn your house down too?
I tried. Insurance money. Cockroaches are pretty amazing. Which of these facts is true? They can lift 100 times their body weight. They can live 9 days without their heads. They can hold their breath for over an hour. The fastest cockroach ever was clocked at 7 miles per hour.
That would be a fast cockroach, though.
That would be. It looked like you mouthed something, but I didn't hear what you said.
B.
Dallas is B. Jake?
Yeah, I'll say B.
That's correct. The answer is B. So you both have one right. So both have, Dallas has 2, Jake has 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Never sit down for a meal with a daddy long legs. After eating, the insect is known for vomiting up its meal and eating it again, pulling each of its 8 legs through the jaws of its teeth to floss, shitting all over the place. I love how that's an option. Or D,
What?
eating other daddy long legs if it feels it hasn't eaten enough.
Good. I hope
Also, the name Daddy
do.
Long Legs, wild.
I want to say puking. That's flies.
Yeah, that sounds legit. Gross. Fuck, that's gross.
Oh my god! I'm
God,
gonna
Daddy
say
Long Legs is
crap.
small.
I'm gonna say
All of
crap.
Jake says shitting all over the place, Dal.
First one?
Vomiting up its meal after and then eating it again.
No. What was B?
Pulling each of its 8 legs through its jaws. And also, yeah, Jake's by himself. You guys have 2 on 1.
Stop getting help. You
What's C?
selfish pig.
Oh, she's not helping, dude.
Look, she's listening and saying stuff. I know she is.
Yo, that
Get
reminds
out
me
of
of
here.
that scene from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Yeah.
I haven't seen
See,
it.
I hear her.
I heard her.
And the dogs to be quiet.
Get
All right.
out.
Yeah, what's your answer?
I'm gonna go with.
So you guys both go C. The answer is B. It pulls each of its 8 legs through its mouth to floss.
Ugh.
It is ugly, yeah. And I don't even dislike spiders like that, but I would not like that. Okay. So this is something we tried to do when we were younger. A violent shot to the nuts can kill a man. It happened to Dick Wertheim back in 1983 after this object struck him square in the cock and balls. A punch, a baseball, a golf ball, or a tennis ball.
What year was it?
1983.
Baseball.
Tennis ball.
Holy shit, Dow, good call. It is a tennis ball. Amazing.
No.
Yeah, look, it's right here.
That's cheap.
Oh, there it is, D, tennis ball.
How would?
But look at that,
Kendra
square
know
in the cock with a tennis ball. Dude, that would hurt. Do you think it came off a racket? There's obviously no follow-up details, but... Or do you think somebody threw it? Because you can't throw it. Like, Chapman wasn't hanging around in 1983, right?
Yeah, dude. No way was it a throw. It was off the racket.
Dude, but a baseball to the cock and balls?
Yes. I mean,
I'd be like, just kill me. Well, I don't think the question is what can kill you, because a baseball can kill you, but I just think a tennis ball did kill this guy, which is
all right.
Dude.
All right, fine. That
Golf ball
was up too. That was just cheating, and it's up too.
All right.
Yeah,
so in the
Kendra
19th century, in the 19th century, every coffin was installed with one of these devices in case dead people were really only in a coma or suffering from paralysis. A horn. B, a safety belt. C, an interior light. Or D, an escape hatch. Dallas seemed pretty confident and gave an answer beforehand.
It sounded like bell. Come on.
So he's wrong. All right, so save those answers again.
So it's a horn, a safety belt, an interior light, or an escape hatch.
Must be the belt then.
Well, none of it helps a person inside besides the hatch.
Yeah, but you're underground.
Who says?
Bro, how do
coffin?
you bury people?
What are you doing over there? What's going on in California? They just leave people sitting on the road.
I mean, there's
a dead guy road. You just stick all the dead guys over there.
A Viking
put them in the air.
Funeral. All right. So I want to say hatch, but I'll say horn.
So it's actually a safety belt. Dow completely guessed and got it right.
No, guess.
So I actually did know this question before I asked it. So what it would be, Jake, is a giant bell that stuck up through the coffin over the dirt. That if you were dead inside, you were supposed to ring it, and then people could hear it ringing from the outside.
Yeah, that's what
the
the graveyard.
You were dead, not dead on the inside.
All right, whatever.
I can just tell you this: if I was walking past the cemetery and a bell was ringing, I'm not stopping. I'm continuing to walk out of town, leaving all my shit, and I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Three questions left. So, Jake, you got a chance. You're down 3-1.
Don't get out.
The great Nippolini is a performer who makes a living demonstrating the power of his mighty nipples. Each nipple can lift over A, 25 pounds, B, 52 pounds, C, 11 pounds, or D, 70 pounds?
50.
52.
Al says 52 pounds. Jake says 52 pounds. The answer
No,
is D, 70 pounds.
Oh, man.
That's what Jake said.
Dude, that's
Get
some
out of
heavy
here.
nips, bro. Dude,
Some
those
heavy
are
nips,
some
boy.
heavy-duty nips.
He's got some
Those
saggy.
are some saggy nips.
Could you imagine he just
pepperoni
fucking hanging
nipples.
onto his belt? He's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Going to the pool with the fucking saggy nip guy.
6-inch nips.
Like, Jerry, put a shirt on. All right.
All right,
There are psychopaths in every walk of life. Which of these professions is not in the top 10 careers of psychopathic people? A, clergy. B, police officers. C, chefs. Or D, college professors.
Chefs.
Clergy.
So the answer is unfortunately D, college professors. I like how none of us said police officers. We agree that could happen. They do that all the time. Anyways.
Yeah, it's on camera.
All right, Jake. So this one's worth 2 points, just so you could possibly tie down.
No, don't do it to me.
All right, fine.
Don't-
Last
don't-
question, anyways. Question 10. Wrapping up here. Mickey D's, more like Mickey D's nuts. A person eating fast food regularly will consume roughly how many pubic hairs per year?
Oh, why?
Answer A, 12. B, 17.
Got
C, 9.
12.
D, 3.
I-
But that's enough.
12.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
The answer is 12. So you're gonna eat 12 pubes in a year. So I was that's funny because I actually had a story about pubic hair earlier that I wanted to tell. Hessie was watching a TikTok while I was working, and in it, the young lady said that a form of like ancient, and by ancient I mean like 1700s, like way too recent, not that long ago. Courtship was to trim off some of your pubes and send it to your lover so that they had it, and it was supposed to be like romantic, like a special gift. And I was like, under no circumstance do I want anyone's pubes ever. Keep them all to yourself. You know,
A little locket of curly hair.
yeah, bro. And they were like, oh, they would just like, or like men would keep it in their hat. Like, you just imagine walking around with pubes in your hat.
Fucking like a
Men.
bee getting in your. Dude, get on with it. That was just like float
Dude,
down
it's like
on your shoulder. You're like, that's
it's like no wonder it's not a thing anymore. People don't like, hey, trim off your pubes. We've learned like that shit's weird. We need to stop doing weird stuff. So I'm proud of us. As a society, we've grown.
I think there was a population that knew that was weird and they liked it.
Could you imagine, like,
And
dude,
they
I heard
liked
Susan, she trimmed off some of her pubes and sent it to Gary.
Yeah.
And now he's
I heard
wearing
she's
them on his
giving her
hat.
pubes to everybody.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Dasso won that round pretty easily. I know Kendra was helping, but whatever. We'll move on. I don't care. I don't care what you say. Can't commit to me. All right, so this has been episode 42 of the Family Based Pod. My name is Jake.
My name is Dallas.
My name is Jeff. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
I love that
I
movie.
don't
That's
know
a
the
funny movie.
reference.
Have you not seen that
20,
movie?
No.
22 Jump Street?
No.
Oh, Jake, hold on. So before you sign off, I'm going to play it. Because it's fun.
I
It takes
don't
10
know if
seconds.
we're allowed. I don't care. Just do it.
So Channing Tatum was pretending to be a Mexican dude.
My name is Jeff.
All right. Right.
My name, yeah.
My name is Jeff.
Dude. And his face
Yeah.
when he says it is actually really funny. He's hard.
Yeah.
Dude,
You know
the
what? I
scene,
think I've seen that.
yeah, the scene where Ice Cube finds out that it was Schmidt or Jonah Hill that slept with his daughter.
Yeah.
Dude, hilarious. That movie is really, really funny. Those movies, 21 and 22. It was really good. You should watch it. Again, if you haven't seen it.
All right. Again, episode 42. Talking about just recently we talked about Channing Tatum being a Mexican. Talk about sending pubes to your
Significant
courtship.
other.
Yeah. That's cheating. And we're going to end episode 42 by saying, if you guys have listened so far, subscribe, like, share, all that garbage that everyone else says. Just do that. You can't see me in my videos down. I think that's for the better for everyone's sake.
I promise he's just as handsome, guys. He's just as handsome as always.
If you're watching on YouTube, you see that circle? That's pretty much my face all the time, so you're not getting anything new. Alright, so again, follow us on Instagram, TikTok. So again, subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. Just do it. We'll see you guys next week. Next Monday, there should be a new one-on-one conversation with a Phillies fan. So if you've listened to this, the Phillies will be in the playoffs. I talked to a fan, and you'll be able to hear that Monday morning. And then we'll have a new episode next Wednesday again. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching or listening.
Bye.
My name is Jeff.
I'm Eden. Thanks for watching this episode of my dad's podcast. Check out the links in the description to follow the podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and the other social media. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell to let you know when there's a new episode. Thanks for watching or listening. Bye.